tonight is Arizona Attorney General Mark Brnovich. Great to see you. Thank you for being here, General. That point, the 3 dead immigrants that were found who apparently drowned, it just emphasized the point. There's nothing humanitarian about the president's policy. That's why he says, and he and his cohorts say they created these new policies and reversing the policies of the Trump administration because it's a more merciful way of dealing with immigration. Well, not if people are drowning all around us.
Yeah, it's terrible, David. And the reality is what they're doing is not humane. It's insane. And as you said, people are dying. I know just in the Yuma sector alone here in Arizona, 21 people have died of migrants illegally trying to cross our border just of heat-related injuries. So there are people that are not only dying trying to get across our southern border, the migrants, we also know that the cartels have enriched themselves, and by flooding all those drugs like methamphetamine and fentanyl into our country, Americans are dying as well. Our kids, our grandkids, our nieces and nephews are dying as a result of these failed policies. So shame on the Biden administration, because we are all paying a cost, whether you're trying to legally enter this country or whether you're an American taxpayer. We are all paying the cost, and not only money, but in human lives as a result of this open border policy.
By the way, that the heat would slow people down. The summer months, the immigration is slow. That didn't happen much last summer. Is it happening at all now?
It's not. We continue to see record amounts of people illegally entering our country. Just last month, David, more than 230,000 people in just 1 month illegally entered our country. I mean, that's like the entire population of Arlington, Virginia in 1 month. And then you throw on top of it the gotaways. These are the tens of thousands of people that are evading capture. And I know I've been to the border many times. I was a former gang prosecutor, federal prosecutor. When you have people that are evading detection, wearing camouflage, wearing dark clothes, they do not come here because they want to work, in the hospitality industry. They come here because they are working for the cartels or they want to poison Americans.
Well, it's an interesting fact. By the way, you're running for U.S. Senate. You face a primary challenge, of course, in August, and then the general election against Mr. Kelly, Mark Kelly, the sitting senator. How important is immigration to the voters in Arizona?
Well, I think immigration is important not only to the voters of Arizona, but to everyone across the country, because every state is a border state now. Although, 50% of the hard drugs are coming through the southern border in Arizona, they're not staying here. We know just this fiscal year alone, David, enough fentanyl has been seized to kill every single American. And so one of the reasons why I'm running for the U.S. Senate, look, I'm a first-generation American. I know why people want to come here. It's because of the rule of law. It means something.
Yes.
And we cannot have the chaos and anarchy and cede control of our southern border to the cartels. And that's what the Biden administration's done. And that's what Cartel Kelly has done. And that's why I'm fighting, because Arizona needs someone that understands Arizona and Arizona values representing us.
Well, and you understand immigrants, which is an important part of this equation. We start out talking about how these new policies are not helping immigrants. They're hurting. They're killing a lot of immigrants. Your parents were immigrants. They came to the United States. President Trump, remember, called for this merit-based immigration system where people would be judged according to what they can present to the United States as a bonus for the United States. Do you think there's any chance we can get back to that idea that the Canadians and Australians do it very effectively?
Yeah, we need to make sure, first and foremost, we're enforcing the current law and the current border policies. And that's why I've had to sue the Biden administration over everything from Title 42 to the public charge rule. But indeed, I would say to the liberals out there, if Canada can create a sane immigration system that's based on merit, why can't the United States? After all, the left wants to import, everything from the Canadian healthcare system to whatever else. So why can't they look to that as a possible model?
Would you push for that? Forgive me, but we're running out of time. Would you push for that if you were elected to the Senate, a merit-based immigration system?
We need to first and foremost secure our border. I'm not going to negotiate against myself, but we need to make sure that we're building the border wall, that we're making sure we properly fund Border Patrol, and that we're doing everything we can to protect American taxpayers first, and then we can worry about long-term policies.
Mark Brnovich, great to see you again. Thank you very much for being here. Appreciate it. I'm David